Right, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Joey Knight podcast. Now, if you are new around here, at the end of this video, if you like the video, you want to see more content from myself, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and also click the bell so that you get notified every time one of my videos goes live. Now, the day of reckoning is nearly upon us, with Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea taking on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. And if you are someone that doesn't buy all that much into pre-season, then fair enough. But I do, and because of that, I'm expecting big things from Pochettino's men. Now, I'm sure the bookies will have Liverpool as the favourites. Most people will be picking them to win. But do you know what? Even when we're doing shit, we still manage to draw against Liverpool. And tomorrow, Jurgen Klopp's men want to be hoping for a draw because I think Chelsea are facing Liverpool at the perfect time. So in this video, I want to pick my starting 11 for the match. I want to give my final thoughts before the match. And I want to cap it off by giving you a lot of score prediction for Chelsea against Liverpool. Now, just a quick one before I pick my team. I am going to try and go live for this match off my YouTube channel. So if I can download the necessary software and whatnot and figure out how we do it, I will be live for this match. If you don't already, please follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put a link to my Instagram page in the description of this video, and I'll put updates out from my Instagram regarding the live on Sunday. Anyway, here's my 11 for the match. We are going Robert Sanchez in goal. We're going Reece James right back, a centre-back pairing of Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill, and of course Ben Chilwell at left back. Now, Enzo, we know, is in the pivot, but I am going to pair him today with Andre Santos. The forward line, we're going to start with Mykhailo Mudryk on the left, Carney Chukwuemeka in the middle, and Ian Maatsen right wing. And then in the number 9 position, I am going to bring back Romelu Lukaku. I'm joking. Jackson up top, leading the line for Chelsea. So let's have a look at the team that I've just picked, and I'm going to start off with the goalkeeper. I genuinely think that Robert Sanchez can come in and take that number 1 spot off Kepa, a little bit like Edouard Mendy did. I mean, you look at that situation and it poses the question, how long will he take that number 1 spot be, considering Kepa won it back last time? But yeah, in this match, I would start Robert Sanchez. And this is probably the pick in my whole lineup that has maybe the most jeopardy, because to come in and have your first match as the opening fixture of the Premier League season is a big thing. It's an even bigger thing to do that against Liverpool, and to face off against this Liverpool team with the front line that they have got can only be described as a baptism of fire. However, quite often, in very big occasions such as this, legends can be made. And I am not saying that Robert Sanchez is going to make himself a legend in this match, but what I am saying is if he comes in and puts in a really solid performance against Liverpool, it's going to be very, very hard to then drop him in that following game. And Sanchez will know that. So if I'm Robert Sanchez, I'm coming into this match and I'm thinking, do you know what? Do the business here, impress, and this could be my spot to lose. But why am I picking Robert Sanchez, who I've never even seen in a Chelsea shirt yet, over Kepa, who has years of experience for us? One of the most apparent reasons that I am picking Robert Sanchez in this match is that he's better at facing long shots than Kepa. Anyone that has watched Chelsea and Kepa's individual performances as closely as I maybe have will know that Kepa does not face off well against long shots. And when you look at this Liverpool team, they've got Trent Alexander-Arnold in there. He can hit one from long range. Szoboszlai, I don't know whether he'll be playing, but if he can hit one from long range. I fancy Robert Sanchez to do a better job at protecting us from those shots than I do Kepa. Now, in the modern day of the internet and whatnot, whenever a player has like an obvious flaw, I do feel like it's massively overemphasized. And look, Kepa's not awful from long shots. It's not like you could literally shoot one straight at him from the halfway line. He's going to lay it in. But what I do worry about is, let's say Szoboszlai pings a shot at Kepa. He doesn't usually hold them from range. And you know what? When he does save them, they usually end up right in front of him. And when you're looking and you're thinking, okay, you've got Salah, Diaz, Núñez, Gakpo, all of these players running into the box to feed off the scraps left by those long shots, I just think I'd rather have Robert Sanchez in there than Kepa. I am interested though, what do you lot think on this? Because I've had quite a few people, and even one today in my comment section saying the hatred on Kepa and you know, the disrespect to Kepa. Listen, this is the problem, right? When you have a good team, when you've got squad depth, right? Let's say, for example, I say Robert Sanchez should come in over Kepa. It's not hatred for Kepa. It's not disrespect for Kepa. It just means that I think that someone else might be better equipped to play in that position on that day. So let's calm down with all of this. Anyway, on to the defence. For me, it sort of picks itself, doesn't it? Malo Gusto's been impressive in pre-season, and I am very much looking forward to seeing more of him. I have no doubt, unfortunately, we will see more of him. Not unfortunately because we'll see more of him, more so unfortunately because the reason we're going to see more of him is at some point Reece is probably going to pick up a knock. Malo Gusto will come in there, but at the minute, Reece is fit and available, Reece starts. Now, the centre-back pairing is obvious. When you look at the absentees, in Fofana with a long-term injury, Badiashile still not back, it has got to be Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill. And left-back, it's obviously Ben Chilwell. Now, another key area on the pitch that maybe is going to be up for debate is that centre midfield spot. Now, we know Enzo is going to fill one of those spots, but who do we put alongside him? Now, I am recording this on Tuesday, Wednesday. Jamie, what day is it today? Tuesday. I'm recording this on Tuesday. The game's not till Sunday. There is a very, very slim chance that we might get Caicedo across the line before that. But in the event that we don't, I am going to work with what we have. Now, I really like Cesar Casadei. He has impressed me a lot in pre-season, and the ignorance of youth can be so important when mixed with the right blend of experience and talent. And for that reason, Casadei is definitely going to be one for the future in my Chelsea team. But on this occasion, I don't think I'm going to pick him. We've heard a lot of rumours about this Leicester move. If what we're reading is to be believed, then that move looks like it could be pretty close. So I'm not going to pick Casadei here. So for me, it's out of Gallagher and Andre Santos. For this particular match, I have got to pick Andre Santos. This isn't a comparison or a who's better out of Gallagher and Santos. This is purely who pairs Enzo best. And in this match, for me, it's got to be Andre Santos. If Chelsea didn't perceive Enzo Fernandez as being a player who in their performances could win us matches like this one against Liverpool, we wouldn't have dropped close to 100 and whatever million euros on him. So because of that fact, I'm thinking, right, I want to stick someone next to him who doesn't mind doing the dirty work, getting stuck right in that midfield, and ultimately freeing up Enzo's game. And I think that Andre Santos is going to be the better man for that. I'm not saying Gallagher can't do that, but I think Andre Santos is a little bit better with his precision, his judgment, and his timing. I was actually sat inside Stamford Bridge early on last season, one of the first home games when Gallagher was sent off in the first half against Leicester, and looking back now, it's a miracle to think we actually went on to win that match with the way our season went afterwards. But either way, I'm digressing here. For me, I want to see Santos paired with Enzo. Onto the front line, the most obvious one here is left wing Mykhailo Mudryk. We have seen glimpses of brilliance from him in pre-season. I mean, that link up with Nico Jackson for the half volley was unreal, but we need to see it week in, week out in the Premier League, and this is the season to do it. And I do think there's a very good chance we do see that this season. Centre attacking midfield. Now, we've had shit luck with injuries, haven't we? I feel like our last couple of seasons have been completely blighted by injuries, and all I've been doing is hoping that this season wouldn't be the same, but already we have a guaranteed first team starter out until we're looking at around Christmas time, with Nkunku picking up that injury against Fulham in the pre-season friendlies. So we know that he definitely won't feature in this match, and it's going to be, I think, 16 weeks before he can even resume training. So yeah, we'd be lucky to get him back this year, but if not, it's going to be the other side of Christmas. However, as bad news as that is, it's not all bad news, because for me, there's a clear standout favourite to come straight in and slot straight into this position, and that is Carney Chukwuemeka. He has massively impressed me last season, in pre-season. He's exactly what we need. And you know what? I believe that this certain situation that's unfolding here is the epitome of every cloud having a silver lining, because I honestly do think the backup option we have got to Nkunku in that 10 position is a really, really good option who will do really well for us. A game like Liverpool on the opening day is always going to be a really hard one, and the margins for error are going to be very, very fine. But I back Carney Chukwuemeka to do better than anyone else we have available in this position right now. And then on the right-hand side, we've got to go with Ian Maatsen, and he has lit it up in pre-season. He's played everywhere, and I'd say right now, he's the leading academy product for me that hasn't already had a sustained run in that first team. His pace and intensity is going to give Liverpool's backline all sorts of problems in this match, and for me, he is the cherry on top of a very, very exciting front line. But that is not the front line complete because obviously in that number 9 position, we are going to have the new fan favourite, Nicholas Jackson. This boy has already proved himself to be a massive, massive part of what our expectations are this season, of what we want to see this season, because in pre-season, let's be honest, not many players for Chelsea have stood out more than Nicholas Jackson. I know he's new, I know he's young, I know he's not played any Premier League football before, but when I look at him, I think you've got all the attributes to go on and be a top Premier League striker. And look, I don't think we're going to see every facet to his game in this match because I do think it's going to be a fairly tight affair. But I'm starting him, I'm putting my faith in him, and I'm backing him to score. So there's the team that I would pick. I think it's a very good one, but like always, I'm very, very interested to hear your thoughts on it. Now, if you've watched any of my content previewing this Premier League season, you'll know that I think Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool are going to push City closest this season. And after watching the Community Shield and seeing the business that Arsenal have done, I'm sort of not sure whether it will definitely be Liverpool or whether it will be Arsenal. But what I do think is this. I see Jurgen Klopp as being one of the all-time Premier League great managers. And there'll be a lot of people who perceive there to have been a shift away from the Pep against Klopp era into maybe the Pep against Arteta era. But I would say that rivalry between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp has not yet finished. And I do believe that Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool side could well run Pep closest this season. However, saying that, Liverpool do still have a lot of questions looming over them. I don't think that there'll be any keeper in the whole league having an easy ride against the likes of Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, even Darwin Núñez. They'll score a shitload of goals this season. I'm very confident of that. However, their midfield's still pretty much brand new and they still can't get the Lavia deal over the line, having had a bid rejected for him this week. So as well as gelling in the players they've already brought in, they still need to sign Lavia or a defensive midfielder. And I do think that just how hard they push City will pretty much hinge on them getting that business done. And as for their backline, it's been so hit and miss over the last few years. Look, when Liverpool field a backline of Robertson, Konate, Van Dijk and Trent, and they are all on their game, it's a scary backline. But how often do they realistically field those 4 players and they are all at the races, you know? Robertson's pretty consistent, but then you look at Konate, he comes with his injury problems. Van Dijk can be a Rolls Royce one day and easy to beat the next. And Trent, he's not a right back. So what I'm saying is we really have to let things play out and watch Liverpool a bit this season before we make up our mind on them. And look, they could come to Stamford Bridge and they could do us. But like I said, I've just got a feeling that we're facing them at a really good time. A time when their players haven't settled, a time when we're not regarded as going on and competing for the league this year, and also a time when it's going to be really hard to prepare for us because, okay, you can look at what we've done in pre-season and how Poch usually lines up, but we are in a new dorm right now, and it's very hard to prepare for us in that first game. Anyway, here's what I do know. Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't define how our season goes on, you know? Frank Lampard lost, 4-0 to Man United in his opening game of the Premier League, and he still managed to get us a top 4 finish with a transfer ban. So, whether we win, lose, draw, I don't think it does define how we go on and what we do this season. But that being said, I think we're going to win. Prediction-wise, I originally agreed with a regular guest of mine, Josh Aveste, and he said that the match would end 3-1, which at the time I agreed with. As it draws closer, I'm starting to think that it may be a slightly tighter affair. You know, we've got Nkunku out. That could be a problem, but I'm still going to back us to win. I am going to go 2-1 Chelsea and Nicholas Jackson to score. But like always, I want to know what you lot think. What do you think of that starting lineup I picked? Do you think it's good enough to win the game? And who would you have had in there that I hadn't already picked? What do you think the score will be for this match? Get your score predictions in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, please. We are just ramping up. It's the start of a new Premier League season and I am banging out nearly daily videos, Chelsea and all things Premier League for you lot. So, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you all in the next one.